Sami Zaidan in Doha. These are the main stories here in Al Jazeera. Traumatized and injured war refugees in Sri Lanka now face starvation. Both the government and Tamil Tiger fighters are warning food stocks are running out fast. The boss of the United Nations humanitarian agency, John Holmes, is arriving to see how bad the situation is. Well, Wing Commander Janka Nayakara defends the actions of Sri Lanka's Air Force.
We are very well geared and we do have the resources and the commitment to do relief operations.
Do you consider this to be a humanitarian catastrophe, could I ask you?
Well, you keep on stressing on this word, humanitarian catastrophe, so I say it's a very unfortunate situation. It comes to the same thing. So anyway, we are doing our very best to look after them. We are giving everything that is possible, and the situation will be under control very soon.
Well, the Taliban in Afghanistan says 3 suicide bombers carried out a deadly attack in Kandahar. The governor escaped unhurt, but 2 policemen and 3 bodyguards were killed. Our correspondent Nick Clark says it appears the Taliban's spring offensive is underway.
The latest we have is that 3 suicide bombers approached the governor's home and office in Kandahar. And there, the first one went into a checkpoint, into a container where they check IDs and passports and so forth, and blew himself up. The other 2 approached the governor's home and office, started firing. There are reports of a second explosion. It's believed that the second suicide bomber blew himself up at that point.
Islamist fighters trying to introduce Sharia law in Somalia are suspected of attacking the parliament building in Mogadishu. Thousands of Somalis are also continuing to flee into neighbouring Kenya, where the government's investigating allegations of abuse by police and soldiers. Our correspondent Mohammed Addo has been meeting women who say they were raped.
This woman's story is just one of the numerous horrors Somalis escaping the conflict experience. But the horror spills back into Somalia for many. Human rights groups accuse Kenyan authorities of forcibly returning hundreds, perhaps even thousands of asylum seekers across the border. That is a direct breach of international law.
Well, you can find the latest on all those stories and more at aljazeera.net/English. We will be updating our stories constantly.